My grandmother gifted me funds for my ideal wedding dress. My sister, however, took it without permission, damaged it, and now my parents expect me to share the repair costs. I'm a 27-year-old woman, engaged to be married next year, while my 23-year-old sister is planning her wedding on a tight budget. I was very close to our late grandmother, who set aside money specifically for my wedding. With her gift, I had a custom wedding gown crafted, a unique piece made of premium silk and lace, tailored precisely to my measurements. This dress holds deep sentimental value, as it was purchased with my grandmother's savings, meant for my special day. My sister, whom I'll call Sarah, recently came to me in tears, explaining that she couldn't afford a quality dress for her wedding. She and her fiancé have limited funds, and she found the dresses at local stores either tacky or not to her taste. She knew about my custom gown, as my wedding is still months away, and I had it made early. Sarah asked if she could borrow my dress for her wedding to avoid buying one. I was uneasy about this for several reasons. First, the gown was designed specifically for me, fitted to my body and style. Sarah and I have different figures and heights, so it would need significant alterations to suit her, which I wasn't comfortable with. Second, the dress is precious to me, both for its cost and its connection to my grandmother's gift. I want to preserve it as a keepsake. The idea of it being worn, potentially stretched, or damaged made me anxious. Third, I haven't worn the gown yet, as my wedding is still ahead, and I want to be the first to wear it on my big day. Letting someone else, even my sister, wear it first didn't feel right. I gently explained to Sarah that while I understood her situation, I couldn't lend her my dress. I suggested she explore thrift stores or online resale platforms for an affordable gown or work with a seamstress to customize a simpler dress within her budget. I even offered to help her shop or see if our mother's old wedding dress could be updated, but she dismissed these ideas. She was fixated on my gown, calling it the most beautiful she'd ever seen, and saying it would make her feel like royalty without the high cost. When I firmly declined, she got upset, accusing me of being selfish and uncaring about her happiness. She argued that since my dress was funded by our grandmother's money, I should share it with her, especially given her financial struggles. I apologized but stood my ground. Later, my parents called, having heard Sarah's side. They sided with her, saying sisters should share and that I should let her use the dress. They argued that since the money came from our grandmother, a family member, it should benefit the whole family. I love my sister and sympathize with her financial constraints, but I feel protective of my gown. It's not just any dress. It's a unique creation made for me, tied to my grandmother's love. I'm also worried about it getting lost or damaged if it leaves my possession. I explained this to my parents and Sarah, but they still think I'm being unreasonable. They keep saying, "We raised you to share and support each other," and even suggested our grandmother would have wanted me to help Sarah. I disagree. My grandmother was clear that the money was for my dress, and she'd be upset if it caused family conflict. My fiancé fully supports me, agreeing that lending the dress, even to family, before my wedding is a bad idea. He doubts Sarah would lend her own gown if the roles were reversed. Still, my parents and sister are making me feel guilty, claiming I'm prioritizing a dress over Sarah's joy on her wedding day. That's not true. I want her to have a wonderful wedding, but I don't think I should risk my cherished gown to solve her financial issues. I get that it's your special dress, but she's your sister and she's struggling. You'll only wear it once, right? Would it really hurt to let her borrow it for one day so she can feel beautiful too? You're not giving it away forever. From her perspective, it seems like you care more about a dress than her feelings. I understand her perspective, and I truly want her to feel beautiful at her wedding. But even if I wear the gown once, I plan to keep it as a keepsake, maybe pass it down someday. It's more than a one-time item. The seamstress warned that major alterations could ruin the delicate lace and structure, and it might not look the same afterward. I paid, and my grandmother paid, for it to be perfect for me. It's not about valuing a dress over my sister. It's about preserving its meaning and condition. Lending it isn't like sharing a shirt. If it gets damaged, I'd be devastated. I've offered other ways to help, but she's not open to them. How did you pay for the dress? Did your grandmother leave money specifically for it? It might help to clarify, since your parents mentioned it was family money. Also, if they're so concerned, why don't they or you pitch in for Sarah's dress instead of risking yours? Before she passed, my grandmother gave me a specific sum for my wedding dress, telling me to get the gown of my dreams. She didn't leave Sarah the same because Sarah wasn't engaged then. My grandmother died 2 years ago before Sarah's engagement. My parents can't afford to buy Sarah an expensive dress either. They've helped with some of her wedding costs, but their budget is tight. They likely saw me lending my dress as the easiest, cheapest solution. I don't see it that way. The gift was for my dress, and it's mine to protect, stand firm, and lock up that dress. Given her obsession, I'm worried she'll try to take it when you're not around. We've seen stories of sisters going wild over wedding drama. Keep it safe. I hope it never comes to that. Sarah can be emotional when upset, but I don't think she'd steal. Still, you're right, she's fixated on it. I'm keeping the dress in my apartment, accessible only to me and my fiancé. My parents have a spare key for emergencies, but I trust they wouldn't give it to her without my knowledge. The dress is in a garment bag in my closet, but I might move it to a safer spot for peace of mind. Thanks for the heads up. I'll stay vigilant. Some of you warned that Sarah might try something behind my back. I didn't think she would, but she did. Yesterday, while I was at work, Sarah used my parents' spare key to enter my apartment and take my wedding dress from my closet. I'm still unsure if my parents gave her the key or if she took it from their house. That's another issue. She claimed she just wanted to try it on privately since I wouldn't let her borrow it, to see if it suited her wedding or if she should move on. She took the dress on the subway to her place, maybe to show her fiancé or friends. That's when disaster struck. Sarah says she bumped into someone with an open red wine bottle on the subway, and it spilled through the bag onto my dress. When she got home, the front of the gown was soaked with dark red stains. I found out later that day. I checked my closet after work, feeling uneasy, and saw the garment bag was there but empty. I panicked, called my fiancé, then my mom. My mom admitted Sarah took the dress to try it on and that an accident happened. I rushed to my parents' house, where Sarah was, and saw my dress in a bag with huge red wine stains on the bodice and skirt. I broke down crying. Sarah was sobbing too, apologizing profusely, saying she just wanted to feel special and didn't mean for this to happen. I was furious and yelled that she had no right to take it, especially after I said no. Yes, it was an accident, but one she caused by taking it without permission. My parents stepped in, saying, "What's done is done, we'll fix it." My mom had already contacted a professional bridal cleaner who agreed to do an emergency same-day treatment. We rushed the dress there. The cleaner did a quick surface treatment that night, removing some wine, but faint red marks remain. The silk is delicate, and the wine had set in. The cleaner said they did their best for now, but a deeper process might be needed, with no guarantees. I took the dress home, not wanting to leave it anywhere. Here's what infuriated me. My parents and Sarah expect me to split the cleaning bill with her. The urgent service and bridal gown handling cost hundreds. Sarah's broke from wedding expenses, so my parents paid with their credit card but want me to cover half, arguing that accidents happen and Sarah didn't mean it. They say since it's my dress, I should help pay for its cleaning and that Sarah just wanted to feel special. I refused outright. I didn't cause this. I was at work, expecting my dress to be safe. Sarah should bear the full consequences. We had a huge argument in the cleaner's parking lot. My dad got mad, calling me heartless for blaming Sarah over an honest mistake. I yelled back, hurt and angry. My mom tried to calm us down as we were causing a scene. My parents said we'd talk later and that I'd eventually need to clean the dress for my own use, so I should contribute. That feels so unfair. It's like rewarding Sarah's bad behavior. I went home with my damaged dress and cried in my fiancé's arms. He's furious with Sarah and my parents and suggested further action, but I'm unsure what to do. I'm heartbroken, angry, and not speaking to Sarah. I've refused to pay the cleaning costs. This is outrageous. Sarah trespassed and stole your dress. Accident or not, that's theft. You'd be justified in reporting her to the police. At the very least, ensure she and your parents can't access your apartment. Change the locks if needed. I considered calling the police in the heat of the moment. My fiancé suggested it too. But it felt too extreme for a family dispute, especially since I got the dress back, even if damaged. I've taken back the spare key from my parents and moved the dress to my fiancé's parents' house for safekeeping. I'm considering changing the locks for peace of mind. Accidents happen is no excuse. Sarah caused this by taking what wasn't hers. She owes you the full cleaning and repair costs. Don't pay a cent. Your parents enabling her and expecting you to pay is absurd. I absolutely refuse to pay anything. I told my parents and Sarah that I won't reward or fund her actions. She caused the damage, so she should cover it all. They keep saying I'm harsh because she's struggling, but that doesn't justify stealing and then expecting me to pay. It's tense. My parents think I lack compassion, but I think they're babying her as the youngest. I'm not budging. Is the dress completely ruined? Can the stains be fully removed, or will you need a new one? I'm so sorry this happened. Should Sarah pay for all repairs or a replacement? She definitely should. I'm not sure if it's totally ruined. After the initial cleaning, faint stains remain. The cleaner suggested a deeper process or consulting a bridal repair specialist. I'll contact the dressmaker for advice. If the stains won't come out, we may need to replace parts of the gown, like stained fabric panels, which sounds costly. Sarah should absolutely pay for all repairs or a replacement. My fiancé agrees, even suggesting legal action if she refuses. I hope it doesn't come to that, but I won't absorb the cost. I took the dress to a top-rated bridal tailor and cleaner. The news isn't good. The stains are deeply set across multiple layers, and regular cleaning risks damaging the fabric. The dressmaker and specialist agree that the only fix is to replace the stained sections, front skirt panels and an underlayer of silk, with new material, including re-embroidering lace. This repair will cost about 1 month's rent, around $1350. I told my family, and my parents were shocked at the price. Sarah broke down crying, apologizing again, saying she didn't realize it would be so complex and costly. I firmly stated that she must cover the full repair cost. Since she caused the damage, Sarah offered $300, her entire wedding dress budget, saying it's all she has, and that giving it to me would mean wearing a thrift store dress or something she already owns for her wedding. She thinks this shows she's trying to make amends, but $300 covers only about 20% of the cost. It won't fix my dress. I was stunned she thought it was enough. I told her it wouldn't restore the gown, as it can't buy the silk or labor needed. She got upset, saying she can't magically produce money and that I, with more financial stability, should cover the rest with my fiancé. He was furious, saying it's not about who has more money but who's responsible. He refused to use our wedding funds to fix her mistake. My parents suggested using the $300 to buy a cheap dress or cover the stains with a sash or flowers to avoid the full repair cost. That hurt. I don't want to hide stains on my dream gown. I want it restored properly. They even said the stains aren't that noticeable and I could wear it as is, which upset me because the wine marks are obvious on the ivory fabric. My fiancé and I insisted on a clear plan for the repair costs, which shouldn't fall on us. We proposed a calm family meeting with Sarah, her fiancé, and our parents to settle it. Sarah was still crying, my mom worried about the cost, and my dad was upset but quiet. We agreed to meet at my parents' in a few days to discuss responsibility and next steps. This has strained my relationship with Sarah and to some extent my parents. My fiancé is livid, and I'm exhausted from crying and arguing. Sarah acts like her life is ruined because paying for the repairs might derail her wedding plans. I feel bad for her financial stress, but I didn't cause this. She did. Sarah offering only $300 when she owes over $1,300 is insulting. Even if that's all she has, she can't just damage something and pay a fraction. She needs to figure out how to cover it, not expect you to eat the cost. I was floored she thought $300 would cut it. I get that she's struggling, but that doesn't excuse dodging most of the cost. She needs to find a way to pay the rest. A loan, a payment plan, something. I won't cover it. If Sarah can't afford it, your parents should step up. They encouraged her behavior from the start. Are they offering to help with repair costs? They seem more focused on convincing you to let it go than holding her accountable. My parents haven't offered any money for repairs. They paid the initial cleaning but tried to make me split it. They're pushing cheaper fixes or for me to drop it, not helping with the consequences they enabled. I asked what happens if Sarah can't pay, and they avoided the question. It's frustrating. I don't usually suggest suing family, but if she won't pay the full amount, small claims court might be your only option. She stole and damaged a valuable sentimental item. You have evidence, receipts, photos, emails. We're considering it. My fiancé thinks we may have to go legal if she refuses to pay. I'm torn. It's my sister and I never imagined suing her. But I have all the evidence, receipts, the tailor's repair estimate, damage photos. She took it without permission, which is property damage. We'll see how the family meeting goes. I'm hoping for a payment plan or agreement. If she won't pay, small claims is on the table. The family meeting was a disaster. We met at my parents' house, me, my fiancé, Sarah, her fiancé, and our parents, to discuss the repair costs. My fiancé and I brought the repair estimate and a proposed payment plan for Sarah, like monthly installments over a year or two, hoping to avoid court. The talk started tense but civil. I reiterated that I wouldn't let this go, and that the dress must be fully restored. I acknowledged the $1,300 cost is steep and offered Sarah a payment plan with a signed agreement to cover it all over time. She was quiet at first, but my dad urged her to respond. Then she dropped a bombshell. She's pregnant. Everyone went silent. Sarah and her fiancé revealed she's 8 weeks pregnant, a recent discovery. She said, "With a baby coming, I can't pay anything now. We need every cent for the baby." My mom immediately gushed about the news, fussing over Sarah. My dad sighed and told me, "They'll have a baby to care for. We need to be reasonable." I congratulated Sarah, but said her pregnancy doesn't erase her debt for damaging my dress. I offered to delay payments until after the baby or work out another plan, but I needed her commitment to pay in full. In writing, things spiraled into shouting and tears. Sarah sobbed, accusing me of being heartless for demanding money when she's facing baby expenses. She said I don't understand how costly babies are, with prenatal care and unpaid maternity leave. My mom cried, begging me to drop it for the family's sake, saying I'd ruin my relationship with Sarah over money. My dad told me to be flexible and delay repairs until Sarah's situation stabilizes, essentially asking me to let it go. My fiancé snapped, saying pregnancy isn't a get-out-of-jail-free card and that Sarah still owes for the damage. Sarah's fiancé said they can't pay now, maybe small amounts in a few years. I realized they had no intention of paying soon, if ever. I was furious and hurt. I told Sarah, "I'm thrilled to be an aunt, but that doesn't erase what you owe. You can't ruin my dress and refuse to pay because you're having a baby." She cried, saying I was choosing a dress over her child's future. My mom scolded me for being harsh to a pregnant woman. My fiancé took my hand, saying we should leave as we weren't welcome. Before walking out, I said that since we couldn't agree, I'd take this to small claims court. My dad argued, but I cut him off, saying I had to go legal since they refused other solutions. Sarah sobbed harder, my mom begged me to reconsider, and my dad shook his head. We left amid their protests. The next day, I filed a small claims case against Sarah for the full repair cost. I told my family it's now in the legal system. I'm heartbroken it came to this, but I tried everything else. I'll update after the court date. Final update. The legal case is resolved. The judge ruled in my favor, ordering Sarah to pay the full repair cost. Since she can't pay up front, the court set a payment plan for monthly installments over 18 months. Surprisingly, my parents paid her first installment, sending me a check with a note hoping this helps settle things. I assume they stepped in to ease Sarah's immediate financial strain. I had the dress fully repaired by the bridal specialist, and it's as beautiful as ever. Having it restored lifted a huge burden, letting my fiancé and I focus on our upcoming wedding. For now, I'm keeping distance from Sarah and my parents to give everyone space. Sarah's baby is due soon, and maybe after the birth, we can slowly rebuild our relationship. For now, limited contact is best for everyone's peace. Thank you for watching my story. If you enjoyed it, please subscribe and press the bell icon. Stay tuned for more real-life stories, get more experiences.